Okay, legends. So let's start off with this dollar index, okay? So from last time, the last market review, dollar was down here. It's around here on the weekend. We expected high prices, so we've got that. And one of my main objectives was this, because this was the start of the down move. That took out the lows, okay? So still bullish this. These are the levels from last time. And I said, those that are conservative, if you watch the video, I'll be waiting for price to break this and then come back down into this box here, because this breaker here was resistance, now turned support, rallied away. Now hopefully it holds. Now this is a critical point for me here, that it holds. I am still bullish this, but I need this to hold now. So I'll wait. There's no need for me to rush in. Let it show to me that it's gonna hold first, okay? So that will come in the form of a move up, break this high, then a retest. Then I know where it's trying to go for. The next stops are gonna be these highs here, okay? So if I go to the low time frame, right? Well, I'm gonna do this from a monthly point of view. Why I think it's bullish as well. So just from a monthly candlestick point of view, right? I was on about this for God knows how long. 91.90, right? But look carefully. Okay. How many times have you seen me do this candlestick pattern where what I'll do is I'll mark out the high and low of a previous candle. So high is 94.14. 94.14. Very, very, very simple concept. And then the low of that previous month, which is 91.62. Okay, so what have we done here? Many points here. We've got this key level first and foremost, okay? It's a monthly level, this is that we're coming off of. So naturally we're expecting there's a good probability of a bounce. Think of in terms of probability. There's a good probability that we could get some sort of bounce because of this low here. Then look at what else has happened. We've come down. Not only have we taken those stops out, we've also tried to take out, well, we've taken this low out here, August's low, and then we've closed back in the range of August's range, right? So naturally, where would the next stops be resting? Where would the, if I was to ask you, if I was to say to you this, right, after explaining what's happened there, also after explaining previously about all this price action here, why I was expecting bullishness, the probability of that going for me is quite high now. Is that making sense? Using the monthly level, stops get taken here, previous month's low to gain taken, lower time frame wise, last review video explained all this here. Everything is lining up for at least another push up. Now obviously if it starts breaking down further, then we're gonna have to change that situation and come back to later on. So I like to see this hold. Now obviously it doesn't mean that we can't come deeper, but as it stands I like to see this hold, so you have an idea, okay? You have an idea and see if it proves itself. So it's got a break, so I want to see, to prove itself, I want to see this break, this high here, prove to be this bias here, and then retest, and then I know what I'm targeting. I'm targeting this high next, okay? I'll worry about everything else later. This is my next objective. Does that make sense? Okay, so whatever questions and stuff you've got, leave that all to the end. I'll answer questions later on, okay? Just getting through all these majors first. So that's dollar index done. Let's jump onto the pound dollar. So the pound dollar, we've come up, we've taken out some monthly highs here, okay? So this high here is 134,451. So this is a key level, obviously, as we can see. Okay, this is a monthly level here, right? Now let's look at how price has been behaving. So if we're expecting a retracement at least and a push up in the dollar, then we're going to get some sort of retracement anyway across all the majors. Now let's look at the daily. We've been consolidating here on the daily, so the 4 hours probably a bit clearer. Yeah, consolidating above that monthly level now. Okay, and look how powerful that monthly level is, all the way from back then, and how it's influencing price now. So we've got a clear run here. We've tempted to go higher. It can't. Okay, it's failed. Then it's come down, took out the low of the range. So this is the higher of the range, low of the range at the time. They've both been taken. Then it broke back below that monthly level there. Okay, now that's being used as resistance. We've already got bullish possible dollar scenario. Now this is being resistance, so this lines up perfectly as well for me looking for shorts. Where is logical area for it to go down to? So if we go down to the weekly, right, these down candles led to the move up, so which also is within this monthly block here. Resistance, resistance, breakout. Whether it holds or not, it doesn't matter, but where do I think the retracement is most likely to come down into? Here. So I'd like to see price come down into here as a target objective. The high of that is 132.65. So that would be my target for cable. If it was to get back above this monthly high here, then obviously I'd have to go back and reassess the situation and start looking for possibly higher prices. Is that making sense now? With this cable. Okay, let's move on to Euro now. Now Euro, I've got this scenario marked out. I'm gonna post a different chart for Euro. Euro USD, because I want to explain it from the beginning. So Euro, what we have here. Okay, 1 second. I've been looking for bearish Euro, you know, for a while now. So, and we've had this movie. I didn't get all of this movie. I got some of it. Okay, but going ahead with our bearish Euro scenario, how could we get on board this? So, I still think I've got this as an objective here. Okay, 1.1. The low end of this 1.16616. The range is from that low to that high, so I want to see the low end of the range being taken now. Now this was a key area for me here, pivotal area I spoke about. These down candles led to the move up was support here. Then when it broke down, resistance, 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 support, support. It's gone a bit deep into it, but it's still valid. Okay, it just gives me a zone to look into. Okay, just give me a key zone to look into. Now when I break this down, hopefully it becomes clearer. So if where I said the dollar index is, I'm expect we'll go back to the dollar index. If I was expecting a move up straight from here, it's in support. Okay, is that supported with the euro? Possibly. So let me go back to the euro. What's happening in the euro to support this possible idea? So we can see it's obviously it's within this here. Oh, resistance, support. Okay, well that's not enough for me. What has it done? It's come down. Let's touch this level here. Okay, support for the move down. So it's not enough for me yet, but it's something to work with. So going down to a lower time frame, we've got some stops resting here, stops resting here. So it's come up, it's taken at these stops. Okay, and this is similar to this level here. So for melt, so the high is 1.18127. Oh shit. You get the idea anyway. So that's how it gets taken. Let's look what's happened to a lower time frame. So we've run up, taken out that. If I'm correct, right? If I'm correct that this is the high, so we take a scenario, a possibility of a trade example to unfold. You say, okay, if this is correct, that this is the high, and the dollar index has bottomed out into that support area, then I want to see price tell me that. How is it going to tell me that? Okay, so this is the level we've got. It's a key level because it's a support becoming resistance. Also taking out this high here. It's reacted off it nicely. So far, so good. Pushed up, down. So assuming that is, I want to see price break. We've got this here, right? This down kind of led to the move up to take out these stops here. Then it's broken down. Then it's pushed up. So I want to see this unfold and break this low, which I would see as a break in market structure. So in essence, I'm looking for lower lows, lower highs, and then it's game on. And obviously we've got well, stops resting below market everywhere really. Stops there and then continue down to the original target there. So does that make sense? So it's a possible scenario for now. It's not definite, but you have something in mind, okay? And as price unfolds and does it as you expect it to, then the probability of that increases. Okay, this is why I like to think in probabilities when I talk about my trades. So I have an idea first of what could unfold. Then I want to see that confirmation, that further breakdown to show me that the sellers are in. And then if this happens, then the probability has really shifted towards my side, and then I can go in and take my trade. Okay, that's all it is for now. And obviously, as it unfolds, I do post on my Twitter. So this could all go to shit, and this could pop up, but I'll be prepared for that one as well. Then okay. So as it stands, this is the idea I'm looking for. Dollar CAD. So dollar CAD, previously I was looking for the monthly open and these highs here. We've got that now. So where could it go next? So I'd like to see this hold here, this zone hold here, and my next objective would be this here. So current market there. I haven't been liking to trade dollar CAD lately, but I think what I'd like to see is move down, take out these lows, reject. As soon as it rejects, push up. Dollar CAD's one of these pairs that does his own thing a lot as well. It just doesn't give a fuck. So that's why I haven't liked to trade it recently. So I'm not gonna go too much into dollar CAD. It's not more real clear entry for me yet. I need more price to unfold. Now dollar yen. I am bullish this pair, but it's one tricky pair to get bullish, and I'm gonna at the end. So I'm gonna go over what I think is gonna happen, and then at the end I'm gonna go over some of my losses and where I went wrong with this pair. So let me leave dollar yen to the end then, because I can explain that as well. Aussie dollar, I'm still bearish this market. So from last week market review, we spoke about the short in this, and it literally went straight from our entry point that we were expecting, straight from market open, retraced a bit, and all the way back down here. So this was probably my best trade. So these lows got taken, and these lows. So next target, okay, we're still expecting bullish dollar. Next target is going to be this low here. Okay, getting on board. I want to see this hold. Okay, if it starts pushing above this swing high here, then my idea is off, and then I gotta be careful as to what I do then, because this is a key level here. Okay, this level here It's acting as resistance. If it was to give in, then my idea is off. So I'm looking for shorts on this. Take out this low obviously, and then probably fill in this level here as well, this gap here. So the down levels are 77.85, then 77.63. Yeah, just short-term objectives, and then obviously we've got this level here as well then. But we'll see how it unfolds from here to there. That looks more like a weekly range objective, which is better, but we'll have to see as price unfolds. How far is the dollar gonna go? But these are my levels going forward as targets. Kiwi dollar, same thing as well. This is the one that hasn't taken out the range yet. Now a warning sign could be if Kiwi is making a higher high compared to the swing on a swing basis low, and then a lower a higher low, sorry, but Aussie is making a low and then a lower low. Is that divergence? At this moment in time, I don't see that as divergence, because I'm expecting a bearish foreign currencies and bullish dollar anyway. So next objective for Kiwi would be this. How do I get on board? So I'm looking at this at the moment as it stands. I want to see this hold. So it's come up, taken out these stops here, and it's reacted nicely. Notice this right now. We've got all the majors that have they look to me currently that they're ready to short at market, going from dollar to euro to Aussie to Kiwi. They all look ready, which is a sign, which is just like a warning sign for me that they could just start rolling over straight from the open. Obviously I'm going to wait for my confirmations. Similar to this Kiwi. So these down candles led to them move up, took out the stops. A break, I need to see a break of it. Once you get a clean break of it, then look for a retest. Any weakness, I'm shorting this, and I'm going all the way to this target here. That's my Kiwi play. I'll do it. That's that done. So I'm going to keep it brief. Oh yeah, gold. So gold is another one of my main plays. Now I did pull my order from gold because I was in two minds, and when I'm in two minds, then I know then that I shouldn't be in the trade in the first place. Even though I do think it's going to go a certain direction. So let's look at this, right? Gold, we got this. This move down here, H4 candle, move up, right? It's accumulation, rip, break down below it, which shows this was a fake move. I posted this on my Twitter, okay? Then retest into it, sell. Exact same thing nearly is happening again. Low, this accumulation here, rip, then breaks down, retest into it already. Now I was looking for a bit too much, I think, 1293 to short. I'll see how it unfolds. If it doesn't give me 1293, that's fine. I know where it wants to go next, most likely. Downside objective I think is the 1210 level, but in between that I'm gonna be looking for obviously these lows here, every swing low basically. And with the dollar looking the way it is, I do think it's possible to go all the way down here. So that is still my target. So my validation level would be above this green box here. Okay, that would be my validation level. So knowing that, I could possibly just short it here. If I've got good enough risk to reward, I could say I'm short here, stop loss there. So I'll see if we can get any pullback here. If we can get some pullback, I'm going to short this with a stop loss above 1298 is my stop loss. Okay, do you guys get that? I've been through this with tweets anyway. Validation level is where I'm wrong. Okay, i.e. my stop loss. Because if it breaks that, then my idea is off then. So I've already been through this loads of times on Twitter, and I've done a separate video for the gold as well on the YouTube channel, gold review, so I don't need to go into that. Okay, let me go back to dollar yen, and I'm going to show you some of my losses and winners. So dollar yen, looking across the yen pairs, right, dollar yen, even though I think it's going to go up, it's a bit tricky to get on board this for me. Well, so last week when I was trying to short this market, right, and we came back within the 1 day's range. Here, and I thought, okay, we're gonna go down. Now all it did was come back to the weekly open. I just closed there, you know. So if you look what's actually happened, we've come down, taken out this low, ripped up, took out that high, then just fizzled out right in the middle, and then nothing else happened. So it was just stop trades both sides, close right at the open. So that's that. I was looking for shorts, and my problem was I was a bit impatient. I was a bit impatient with this trade setup. Okay, human error. Well, if we look right, this level here. So if I mark out this level here, this high here, there's gonna be stops pressing there. So look at this down candle here. So that's that level here. Hasn't been taken yet. Let you move up, act as support, rip up again, down, then it comes back up again, then down. Now at this point, I see at which point did it start respecting this candle here, this breaker here. It's at this point here. That's fine. Then I wait for the sell-off. Now I know any retest back into it should be a sell. Now I was really impatient. I was trying to short it here, first and foremost, right? And it's come down, and then it's trying to push up, so I closed it. That's when then I tried to short it again. Now I should have kept my stop loss above this, but not using this as an excuse, but I wasn't well, and when I'm not well, my focus isn't there. This is the key thing. My focus isn't there when I'm not well, and I shouldn't be trading. I shouldn't be, but sometimes I do break my rules. That's just being human. So as soon as this happened, instead of putting my stop loss where, okay, here, where this would be where I'm wrong, I didn't. I tried to put my stop loss there, and then I came at this for 3 ticks. Whereas if I'd held it, it would have given me something more like even targeting intraday lows. That's about 35 ticks. So, but it is what it is. There's another loss. Which other loss? There's another loss I took as well. Okay, it was a Kiwi loss. I mean another dollar yen loss here. So, where's it gone? Here, I tried to short it again here. So I've established that during London, this is the high because this took out this high here within that sell area there, that grey box I marked out. So although I missed this, I could have taken this. So this is where I shorted it. It was around the 50 level, and I seen it turn because I seen it come off here. I said, okay, it's probably gonna turn. It's come down. I shorted it. It's come down, then gone back up, and I've kept the stop loss too tight again, just above this high. Then again, no focus. When lack of focus, this is what happens. When you know, okay, if you're sure on this setup, keep your stop loss there. Don't keep it too tight. Sometimes in these scenarios, I keep it too tight because if there's room to move up, which the reason why there's room to move up is because of this here. Okay, this here down kind of led to the move up, and it hasn't really retested back into it yet. So there's always a possibility that it can retest back into it ahead of a news event or something. And if there's a bit of a gap here and there's a block there, these are, even though you may be right, you would need a tighter stop loss in this situation. Yeah, so that's where I went wrong there, and I took a loss on this one. Aussie dollar, I'm going to show you one entry, okay, and I took, and then I'm going to show how many different strategies could have been used for that, just to show that it's not all about the strategy. It's about reading the market properly and where you think market's going to go from an overall bigger picture point of view. Okay, so far has this made sense to you guys? We will take questions. I'm just going to explain this one last point because otherwise the recording is getting too long. So I'm just going to find the entry where I took this. There it is. Okay, I learned this new little trick, right, where if I drag that little triangle across, I can go down to whatever time frame, and it's gonna. So I'm gonna start off with a 200 moving average. I know I might use the 200 moving average strategy. Basically, what he'll do is once you know it's at resistance breaking down, he'll start and he sees the 200 moving average holding as resistance. I'm sure there's loads of other moving averages they use. You know, that's fine. He shorted it here. Oh, this would be his strategy. He shorts it here, stop loss there, whatever his stop loss rule is. But the point is he's shorting it there. It's in sync with the bigger picture. That's one. I actually shorted it here as well, and I showed that earlier in the week If you look at my Twitter, I showed that earlier in the week when I shorted it, it was down here. And it's led to the move down. So that's using my strategy as well. That's worked. Then to go further, just to take the piss, go to the 1 minute. There's actually a harmonic pattern here as well. Where is it gone? Where is it gone? Yeah, here it is. I know some people say, well, that's how you draw harmonic. There's harmonics, right? There's so many different rules of doing it, and I have studied them. It's not just one exact correct way, but it is an entry sometimes that I do use, but I don't speak about it too much because it's going to confuse people. That is another entry. That's using harmonics as well. It's a bit lower, but it's around the same area and it's getting to the same objective. Okay, the point I'm trying to make here is it's not about the strategy. It's about, you know, being able to read the market, understand it. Where is it trying to go? You work with your probabilities, and then whatever fucking entry technique you want to use, you can use it then. But it's just an example of how I was trying to use. Does that make sense? Can you see the point I'm trying to make here? Where, you know, people can use many different strategies. That's fine, but it's being able to read the bigger picture of what's happening and getting to the objective. The objective, we all got to the same objective in the end, wasn't it? Just our entry techniques were different. We all saw the market correctly. Does that make sense? I'm gonna stop the recording here and then I'm gonna take questions, okay? This is getting a bit long.